Guys, this is Gamer Cow. Welcome to another Touhou Lost Branch of Legend playthrough. This time we're gonna go with the draft mode. So there is one fun thing that you can do here. We're gonna go for, let's see, Marisa A. Marisa A will be this time. I think we're gonna go for the laser one this time. Go for the charge. One of the fun things you can do with this is called the Jade Box, which has a bunch of different rules and stuff you can add to the game to do some really weird stuff. You can pick up to 3 of them, although these first 2 here, I'm not counting this one because we don't need Kaguya's treasures. These first 2 here are exclusive from each other because one of them is a draft thing, the other one is start the game with 50 random cards. We might do this one at some point actually because it is kind of funny, but you've got all sorts of things from like if a rare gets drawn you don't get to use it but you gain rainbow mana for it, so you don't get any of the like stupid busted stuff at the top end, but you do get some fun things in with mana and whatnot, so that's kind of neat. Cards cost less at the start of the game, but every 2 turns they cost 1 more, you know, all sorts of weird stuff. The ones I like the most are, Best Collection and Accumulation of Capital is pretty fun. You gain, basically you gain more money at the end of every fight, but you lose money for, you lose like life for every bit of money that you hold, more or less every 100 that you hold, so that's kind of a fun one. Synesthesia is the other one I really like, just having every character exclusive card be available at all times. It does make it sometimes harder to do runs than you would expect because you get cards which are outside of your own like collection space, so certain characters have a hard time with it because they really want their own cards to show up and you've got less chance of that, but that's a fun one. And then I haven't used any of the ones down here, but I think Fortuna's Trial sounds like a fun one too. One random enemy takes 33% less damage but rewards 50 money for 4 turns. The reason I'm not sure if I want to use this one is because if you go against a boss, it's the only enemy that's there. So that just means that bosses, and that includes Sager, is going, they're going to take 33% less damage, and I think that's for the entire fight? No, I mean, I don't know whether that's for the whole fight or if it's for just the 4 turns that they take less damage, but 4 turns versus Sager is getting up to 2 items, so that's kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, Best Collection is what we're doing here. So we get 10 cards drafted, and we start the game with the Eviction Order in our deck as well, which is not a good card, obviously. We always have a Misfortune in the deck, it is unremovable, and you can't play it, obviously. So don't draft it, don't get the Ibuki Gourd at any point, I guess, during this. But yeah, we get to select the initial deck, and it is a Discover mechanics. So essentially, the draft comes in, we get 10 sets of 3 options. They can be rares and stuff as well, I have had a couple of those from here. And we just get to play with whatever we get. We do not have basic cards in this deck, so removing cards is less important. We can focus a lot more on upgrades here, and it's pretty cool. So first off, going for Full Moon Howl makes a lot of sense there. Hand Warmer makes a lot of sense as well because we're probably going to get some Overdrive cards. We've got a couple of red ones here, so Asteroid Belt is going to be good. Shade is a cheap, efficient block, even though it does add some junk to the deck, but that is pretty useful. A couple of decent options. We have Flammable Laser is decent for charge, Marisa. Orthodox Rebellion is kind of good too. We're 4 out of 10 right now. I'm going to take the attack here, I think. Alioth is a really good one. This will be a target for upgrading straight away because gaining charge is really good here. Second Asteroid Belt makes a lot of sense. We've got a lot of red cards at this point, but that is fine. Another Shade. We do need some decent block stuff. And Alioth. One more to get. Stardust Reverie is like fine, probably a little bit too expensive though. I guess it's probably fine taking Flammable Laser. How many like blocks and stuff? We've only got the 2. I think I'll take the 3rd defensive card. Parting Woes is not amazing. No, it's not amazing, is it? So I'll take Flammable Laser and then we'll hopefully get into another defense fairly easily as we go. And then we get the same sort of bit as we usually do here. Get an upgrade is amazing at the start. Adorand and Raro could be pretty good, but we could also just get like a potion-based one that we can't really do much with. So, although if it's radioactive elements, that'd be fun. We're going to just upgrade a card straight away, because we've got a couple of Alios that need upgraded instantly. So, yeah. This and Hand Warmer are the priority upgrades for the first part of this here, because we really want to be able to do our cheap draws and stuff with that. One of the ones we're looking for as we go forward here is Ready for Burst. That would be a very respectable option to grab as well. Just being able to get a little bit of block, get the charge going. You've seen Charge Marisa in one of my previous runs, so you know roughly what we're working with here. But yeah, we're hopefully going to be able to do some fun stuff with that. Unfortunately, can't use the other bit with it here. We can't do the right thing with our asteroid belt, but that is okay, because we can do it with this one, so we can gain charge off of that. I think we're probably I mean, we're taking some damage this turn, but I think if we use this first, we'll just take less damage, which is great. The alternative is that I ally off and try and get into defense, but that might be a little bit tricky to do. So, probably best not to bother here. Yeah, we'll just do the vulnerable, Hand Warmer for the concentration aspect, and Asteroid seems fine. This actually does more. Does this get the kill? 21 twice. Yeah, it gets the kill. Oh, 18 twice. Good enough. Yeah. Gotta keep in mind how much damage Flammable Laser can actually do here. Ooh, wow. We could take another Asteroid Belt. There's a lot of red cards here. We probably want to fight Reimu to just get more potential for red mana. Because we can't use most of our attacks in tandem right now, which is a little bit annoying. But this is probably still better. The more of these we can get, the quicker we can get into burst mode, and we get rainbow mana from burst mode. So it's fine. I don't think I want any more of them though, because as you can see I can't play both of them on this opening turn, so that is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Like all of our attacks are double red, right? So yeah, this is a lot of 2 red manas at the start. It's probably not the smartest idea, but it's fine. Yeah, because like we can't use hardly any of the stuff here. I did use red as my ally off here, which was again also probably not super smart, but whatever. Get ourselves that, get at least a little bit of charge going, and we'll just use the shade, I suppose. Get the block going. Still have one of them left in the deck, but it's fine. From here... See, this is why Alioth is good though, because we can use it as a red card for getting to this. So we can enter burst mode this turn, which is something we wouldn't be able to do under like normal circumstances. So definitely happy with that. We have to do this one first, so let's go hit you. Because now we're in burst mode, and now we can do this one to take him out. Not much else we can really do with it because we don't have enough red mana for our stuff here. One of the other things I guess we need to look for is like generation for rainbow mana would be nice. If we can upgrade these asteroid belts, we do get additional charge out of them as well, which would be good, and there's the rainbow generation. Alioth is also still exceptionally good, but borrow materials is fantastic, and we want that as quick as we can. We get the fight. Okay, so we have ourselves the amulet for some barrier. Pretty good. Lighter could have been reasonable here as well, because it does do some fun stuff, but we don't have AoE and whatnot to use with it yet, so it's fine. Upgrade, I mean, if we upgrade this, it only overdrafts 1, which is pretty great, but target has got to be Alioth here, because it's too expensive when it costs red and black, but if it only costs 1 mana, then it's really good, so I think, yeah, we definitely need to get that first. From here, we'll go this way. See what we can do in this fight. See, this is where like Hand Warmer is a really good opener for the stuff here. I think I want to use rainbow materials, just so even though I am going to be overdrafting next turn, I think it's better to get the stuff now that we need. We can go Asteroid Belt here, and we can actually take him out if I spend one of the rainbows. That's probably fine, we'll do that. Spend one of them so we can get rid of him. And there's no reason to use our Shade here because we're not taking damage again this turn. So we'll just get through that. So now, and also we don't use this because we were playing a red card as the last one, so we can get additional charge off of Asteroid Belt. We do lose 2 mana because we overdrafted last turn, but that is okay because we can get into burst mode here. And from there, everything should be perfectly fine. I could have used Full Moon Howl first, that would have been reasonable as well. But it's okay, because now we'll do it. And this will do 24 damage 2 times. So yeah, we're very high output deck here at the moment, because we don't have our regular basic attacks to worry about. So it's pretty good. Too Big to Fail is quite reasonable here, because we can keep extending our deck and get more block out of it. It's not amazing right now, but it will get much better as we go through the game. So this is really good too. Just get an upgrade here for free, which is nice. So we can grab ourselves probably the Borrow Materials so that we don't overdraft as much mana is great. And we get the upgrade from here as well, which goes to Hand Warmer, because that draws 3 cards for 0 mana. Absolutely busted. Yeah, you can only do it once, but that is more than fine. First to grab the exhibit gets to keep it, huh? What if I say no? What if I just don't want you to have it? Alright, let's just... I don't think Too Big to Fail is really good here, so let's just go for this. Full Moon is really solid. Do that to put Vulnerable down, and also the Firepower. The Firepower down doesn't matter too much here, but Vulnerable down is great. That is going to do 21 twice. That almost gets the KO outright, which is really solid. Is it worth giving up the charge from Asteroid for that? I think yes. So what I'm going to do then to set up for next turn's Asteroid Belt is I'm going to do the Shade first, and then I'm going to spend my concentration to do, 18 twice here. Really, really good. I keep forgetting it actually does less damage on the double hits than the single hit, but it's more than good enough to make up for that, so... Yeah, we're in a weird spot when it comes to, like, junk generation in the deck at the moment. That is a concern for sure, but it's kind of going alright. Anyway, our last card in deck is Borrow, so let's grab that first. Yeah, we want to take it, so we'll generate with it, and go here. Get it again, I guess is good. Because we can get into burst mode here. That seems reasonable. Let's do that. So we'll go here, get into burst mode so we have our extra mana, and it's just gotta be take out Luna. We are taking damage here, but there was nothing I could do about it anyway, because I didn't draw defense. Because I don't really have defense in this deck. I have like 2 shades and that's it. So, we definitely need more defensive cards. I have this too, but this is not great for the moment. A Shade is definitely reasonable here. We're probably going to have to play this regardless. So, let's just do the Shade. We'll play this so that we can go Rainbow and acquire a bunch more charge. And that's pretty much it. I could spend a Rainbow in order to get rid of the shadows. I don't think that's really worth it though. Yeah, they're kind of like clogging up the rest of the deck here. Maybe that's a bit of an annoyance, but I'm pretty sure we're okay. So now do that. Into Asteroid. That seems pretty solid. We'll go Alioth, draw a card, gain Burst Mode, and from there, thinking which way around we want to do this, we probably need to spend a Rainbow, but let's do this first so that I can get my charge built up. And now spend a Rainbow to hit you. Take you out. There we go. That's why we didn't want to spend... Well, I mean, I guess we still had two of them. Didn't want to spend one on getting rid of the shadows because it wasn't that necessary. Alright, Crow Tengu Wing, just like the last run, we can skip steps if we need to at this point. That's pretty decent. I will take Emergency Defense. 20 block for 3 mana is pretty solid. If we somehow can get it upgraded, it's going to be 28, which is pretty good. We're missing the Tengu Clog in this run, so no cheap firepower pretty much, which is a shame because firepower is really good with burst mode, but we'll make it work. Alright, what do we got? Oh, the Brick Chain, do not care. This one is just really bad. So again, if you're not averse to reloading, you can pay for the rare, and if it's not a good card, then you just reload and you don't have to do anything. That's probably the nicest bit for it. One thing we are missing in this opening deck is AoE. I would have really liked to have gotten Red Star Explosion as a card option, but we just did not get that. We only got Asteroid Belts, so we are a little bit vulnerable to this fight in particular. This might be an emergency defense turn here, which I think is reasonable. Yeah, let's just do that. So we'll go emergency defense, and then because that was a red card, we do get to do this. So we'll take him out. He's the one, although there is other ones that are kind of problematic. That's the one that's doing a status condition here. So I think that's a reasonable enough one to punch out first. Now we've got a couple of status conditions coming at the end of this, which is not great. Kind of thinking, do we want to take out? I think we should. So if we take out probably this one, because it's the one doing damage. So we take him out. That's at 6 charge now, so we can Alioth for get the borrow. And now we're in burst mode, so this will do 32. And Alioth is a red-black card, so we still get charge off of that, which is pretty good. And now we don't have to worry about anything else. We probably want to upgrade Full Moon Howl pretty quickly here as well, because that does vulnerable for 2 turns at that point. Absolutely do want that card, but we just haven't quite got there yet. Alright, Hand Warmer, draw a bunch more. Alioth seems good here. Probably want to... Yeah, probably want an Asteroid Belt. There's not one that's at 2 hit. I guess we don't need it, because we can go Flammable Lasers here, and I think that gets the kills. So, it doesn't really matter. We'll just do that, and then... do we have... Yeah, we have Overdrive, so we have the charge for this. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice thing, is that because they don't get the block in the middle of an attack that does multi-hits, you can kind of just punch through the stuff over here. The main weakness this deck is going to have right now, apart from just having too much red mana, is if we come across Tenchi. Could be a bit difficult here. But we have a decent amount of charge stuff, so I think we'll probably be okay. Man, why does this not do damage to every enemy? Just, Also, why is it directional laser? Marisa uses non-directional laser. I'm complaining about nothing here, really. I do want defense, but I don't know if I want that defense, you know? I think we'll be fine. We'll skip this one. You don't have to take quite as many cards when you are in a draft run because you don't have basic cards in the opening deck. So, yeah. Let's start upgrading these Asteroid Belts. It technically does 1 less damage per hit, but it does do 3 hits, and it gives you 3 charge, which is the important bit here. So, we get to burst mode with just 2 of these being activated. That is the goal. See if we can make that work. Also should upgrade this in the future, not just now because I don't think it's necessary yet, but in the future when we have more cards in the deck, we can take that to get more barrier, which will be pretty good. Let's use one of the black manas here to grab, yeah, Hand Warmer is pretty good. All of these are good, so we'll do that into Warmer, and then Asteroid Belt can get used for the charge build-up. Probably could have Full Moon Howled there, actually, to do a little bit more damage. I think that's fine. Could have been maybe better. I guess, yeah, because now I'm going to do it anyway, so I should have done it beforehand. Because we want to do as much damage as we can here. I could have done an extra 50% on the first hit, so I could have done like an extra 8 damage or something there, but that's fine. We're almost at burst mode for next turn. We have a rainbow, so we can make up for the stuff. And yeah, we can enter burst mode with this. Take that anyway. And just thinking is the when I can play that. I guess we just want to do this first. Yeah, we can take her out with simply that. Wow, I forgot just how much damage that was gonna do. Dang. TNT, fair enough. It's not the worst thing we could get here. Light the Furnace is kind of good. I don't know exactly what happens if you play this without getting into burst mode with it. Like, whether the firepower from it. I don't think the firepower happened, like the double firepower happens if you aren't in burst mode at the time. So it's kind of weird, but Light the Furnace is decent. It's another double red card though, which could be kind of bad, but I mean, it gains 4 charge and 2 firepower. Firepower helps in burst mode to do much more damage, so I think it's fine. It's just tricky here, because we are massively overloaded on our red right now. We need more ways of getting red mana. Okay, so I want to say block is probably not the greatest opening hit here. Let's see. Oh, do I have to take emergency defense here? That's kind of bad, right? I think I do, and I don't like that I do. We're taking a lot of damage if I don't. I have 67 health, it's not that bad. The temptation is to skip over this one, alley off to get Borrow as well, and just go Asteroid Belt, Borrow. We get into burst mode doing that, which we could do a decent bit of damage with. We want like speed duel as well as the other thing here, I guess. If I do that, I'm taking 16. I think the sensible play, to be honest, is to just go emergency defense. And we'll just do that plus alley off here. Getting Shade for the next turn is pretty good as well. Yeah, a bit of a shame I can't play this now, but I think we just want to not take damage here. It's the conservative play, I know, and it's boring, but I think it's too important not to do. So now we can do this. We'll get up to 7 charge, because that was not the upgraded one. And from here, we can just go ahead and get ourselves blocked ready. Bit of an annoyance that we drew both shades there. We are a little bit low on block power now, but I think we'll survive. Okay, Hand Warmer is the obvious first one to do. From there, Light the Furnace is the thing that makes the most sense, because we'll gain our extra firepower doing that. So now, yep, 4 firepower. Still a decent amount of charge here as well, which is pretty good. We don't have Vulnerable Hunter, and we haven't got rid of the amulet, so this would also be... it's still going to be good, but I don't know if it's quite what we need here. It seems like this is going to be the turn to play emergency defense, though. So we can keep the barrier for later. Which means we do that into this one, so we get... I mean, it doesn't really matter which way around because the vulnerable is not going to apply anyway. So we'll do it with this. That'll get us to 6. This will get us to 7. So now we have burst mode ready for next turn as well. And exile that. I mean, we are going to be weakened for the next turn, which is a bit annoying, but burst mode will kind of cancel that out. She's on a defense turn, which is fine by me. Let's go Borrow into Alioth. This gets us to the burst mode. Exile that. And ally off the second time to get Full Moon Howl, because we have enough mana to do the stuff with it here. Full Moon Howl to put vulnerable on it, and now go to town. 23 damage 3 times. And again, with this, take her out. Easy. No damage taken too in the end. That's, yeah, conservative, but good. Oh, I really want to take the rainbow, but we have access to the red mana here. These are all very good, actually. The Bottled Soul would be very interesting if I didn't need so much red mana here, because I don't think we really need access to our bomb in this run, and we could still get some stuff that would get us access to it, but yeah, getting a ton of money would be fantastic. The problem is if we don't get Patchouli in the next stage, we are probably in a lot of trouble taking this, because we really do not have a lot of mana to work with the orb. Magatama would be really nice as well, because Rainbow Mana is fantastic just to have around, but I do appreciate the... I mean, this would give the Reimu cards as well. Do we want the Reimu cards is the question. There's a couple of good ones. Ascension Kick is pretty solid. It's the healing is also quite nice to take here. It is so tempting just to take this though. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. I think we could have easily worked with Reimu's one as well. It would have been fantastic, because the healing can be pretty good. But if our goal is just to blow everything up before we get any... If our goal is to blow up everything before we get there, I think we can just go with the rainbow, because that can work with everything. All of these cards are good for different reasons. All Out, I think, is the one I want to take, because your burst mode does triple damage, which is really good. If we upgrade this, you just enter burst mode immediately without consuming any charge or anything, so that's amazing, definitely need that. But Red Giant Impact is a really good card as well. 18 damage for 2 mana is already great, but if you overdrive it, you get to add the mana generation to the hand as well, so that is ridiculously good. It does 24 and puts a rainbow instead of the flame if you upgrade it, which is really powerful. And then Feast is reasonable as well. Yuma, I think, is it Yuma? The character is the one from 17.5. I never played the game, so 18 damage for 3 mana, okay, but if you kill something with this, then you gain maximum life, which is really good. The Feast Plus is also decent here as well. Being able to gain like accurate on the attack is really good, and you gain more life as well as that, blah blah blah. All Out is what I want though, because we are reliably getting into burst mode with this deck, and doing this will get us much more damage and kill enemies a lot faster. Yuko is an interesting one here. We might get some black mana at the end of this stage if we are fortunate enough. We have a decent amount of money. Do I have any exhibits that we're going to sell? Not really at the moment, so I think it's okay just to take the shop option here. The only annoyance, if you want to call it that, is the event doesn't really work with the shop if we want to just... Like, I wish this event was here, basically, because then we could take the option of whether or not we're going shop or upgrade. But it's not, so we're just going to guarantee. We'll just go for the shop. I think that's a passable enough thing for it here. Alrighty. And as you can see, like, the more cards we get, the bigger this is going to end up becoming, and it's really nice by the end of the game. So, at least from the way I play the game, you know, which is not always optimal, but I don't care. It's fun. Okay, we have 4 red mana that we can play here. We could get into burst mode, which is probably good. Yeah. No. If we want to get into burst mode, we have to play the black mana for this one. We still have enough for Shade as well if we want. Oh, this is going to be really good. Yeah. Do that. We can borrow as well. And now... Oh, that was not the right choice. This is still fine. I completely blanked on, like, oh, we needed to borrow later because it wasn't a red card. That's okay. We can do this one. into this one. Seems okay. Although now we kind of don't want to go into burst mode. But we still could. It's just like we don't need to at this point. It feels bad, but yeah, we won. I'll save the mana here. Yeah, I messed up the turn because I did borrow materials too early. That's okay. We have burst mode on the ready for this turn, which is really good. We just don't have a ton to do with it in the opening hand, but that is fine. Let's go Light Furnace. Enter our burst mode. Probably needed to do that one first, but I did not because I didn't want to. Let's go Alioth. Asteroid Belt makes a lot of sense here as well. I don't think I need the other two. So if I do Asteroid, that's like 1 damage short here. So we will go all out. And now this does triple damage, so it is enough to KO him. There we go. Not the cleanest, but we made it. Okay. I don't really like any of those, I'll be honest. We already have emergency defense, so we don't need that one. Close Eye Shot is not the worst ever. It does upgrade to 8 damage 5 times, which is pretty good under burst. It just takes so much mana. It is also random too, so you're not always going to hit the thing you want. It's great if we... I mean, with All Out, that would be 24 damage? That's kind of good. I just... Nah, I think it's too expensive, so I'm going to skip here. And we don't have to take... I guess I've got to take a wing, so we could have kind of taken the event. Oh, thank you. This is great. We're going to convert one of the black mana here. Because now we have 2 rainbows, so we still have 3 black mana available to us. But technically, we have 5 red now. And that's going to be ridiculously good. So yeah, Patchouli coming in clutch this one. Very nice. Okay. So, what do we do with this one? Probably just asteroids. We have enough mana where I can actually go... I can go that one first so long as I spend the black mana on it here. So we'll do this. Into asteroid to get 3 charge. Into this asteroid to get 4 charge. Sets us up for the 7 burst charge here for our big burst turn this time round. Light the Furnace is a pretty good way of doing that too. Alioth is probably the best Light first, but let's go borrow materials first though, because I think that is going to help us out the most. All Out is also pretty interesting. I would probably rather have another attack here though, because I want to say we win if I just take another attack anyway. So we can do that. Light the Furnace, and now this is doing 32 damage 2 times, and we'll apply a vulnerable. We have Full Moon Howl, so we can just make it do even more. And bang! I guess we didn't need the attack anyway, but whatever. Single target's not that big of a problem for this deck. AoE is the problem right now. The problem with taking another Too Big to Fail is that it does start in the opening hand at all times, and it is not a replenish card. So starting 2 of these means we'd have 2 of them in the opening crack, which is awkward. Strengthened Body might be a bit tricky to weave into turns, but is still pretty solid, because that firepower gets doubled under burst, right? So I think I'll still take it. Might be a little tricky to get in. Okay, this would be the potion one. Look at that, we've got Product of Failure and Witch's Crucible in here. That would be fantastic if we were using the other Marisa. We are not, however, but we still have a couple of very strong cards for our opener here. Red Star Explosion is a little expensive on the overdrive part. You do have to spend 3 charge to get this to do its extra effect, but doing 16 damage twice, really good. So, and it's a very nice nice cost on here too. So we definitely want that, and we definitely want Ready for Burst, because that just is a little bit of extra block and gives us our charge, which is good. Otherwise, we're on 287 here. We are getting an upgrade. I'm just trying to think if there's any other cards that we want out of this here. Rainbow Star Blast is not awful, but we don't really do as much rainbow generation as other stuff, and it does have 2 black in the cost. I mean, we have a couple of rainbows up here anyway, so this probably isn't that bad. It's just, do I actually need it? I think if I want to take any other attacks at this point, I want to take ones that hit everything. So I think I'm gonna leave without that. Then it just comes down to what else do we want. We do want an upgrade. It's going to be all out, so we can enter burst immediately with that. And then the Tengu cell phone makes a lot of sense, because we get extra cards at the start of the fight, so that's pretty good. And then we are down to just 98, so it's one of these two. And we are not fighting Yuko. I mean, we're fighting Yuko. We're not fighting Tenchi, for that kind of wants one of these. Megumu could also want it, but I mean, we're not fighting those, so I think we'll just take the drink. And that will probably be our shop for this opener. We could sell the Tengu Wing if, I mean, it makes it so that we can't, oh, that's the wrong one, makes it so we can't take any alternative routes. Most of the time I don't need to anyway, though. If I sell the Tengu Wing, then I might actually have a chance of getting to a second shop in this floor. Could be okay. Yeah, I like the Tengu Wing, but I also don't use it very often, so we'll sell it. It's not worth that much, but it's enough, I think, here, so we can at least get something out of it. Let's see where else we can go, then. Just gonna be on this route. See, this is where it would be really great if we had accurate on our attacks, but we do not, which is very sad. We do have Master Spark, though. Master Spark is accurate. Problem is, it doesn't do enough damage right now, and I can't quite make it do enough damage without going into some of the attacks here, which is annoying. What we could do, if I'm willing to spark, what we could do is light the furnace to get 4 charge, red star explosion to do damage twice. That will, I mean, we'd spark first to get through this bit, and then red star explosion. That seems okay enough where I'm comfortable doing that. So we'll light the furnace, Master Spark now so that we attack through the greys, and then we'll use our newly picked up red star explosion to do 18 damage 2 times. Gets a decent amount of damage in, we get a tiny bit of our power back, and we could have killed if I was willing to use the boost shape, but I am absolutely not, because it is not worth it from where we are, although we do need to draw an attack, which we do have here. Okay, fine. Laser, why not? This was the laser fight, so I suppose there was a star in the initial bit there too, so it's not entirely a laser fight, but it might as well have been. Alright, what else do we get? Mushroom Feast could be okay. It's 1 mana for only 1 concentration. If you upgrade this, it gives you 2, but it still costs a red mana. Artwork is amazing on here, though. Really, really love that. 2 concentration could be reasonable, actually, for using red star explosions and stuff. We have a couple of concentration cards at this point. Or, like, overdrive, I should say. So it could be useful. Is it useful enough? Just about. It's, I don't normally take this card, but I think it's okay here. Oh, Futo. What is our first item from the true final boss? It's the fucking status condition. Oh my god. I really, really hate this one. This has the potential to, like, auto-lose us the finale here. That is incredibly annoying. Oh, well, what are you gonna do? Let's upgrade another one of these. Because more charge equals more burst mode equals more killing everything. And that's what Marisa wants to do here. She is out for blood this time. Alright. First off, we play that one. Ooh, that's some funky stuff. What do we want to do with that? We could enter burst mode here. Pretty easily, actually. Quite a few options for that. Thinking, do we have the mana for it immediately is the one question I have. Because we need to do that to get 4. Yeah, we could, because that also gives 4. Okay, let's do this then. So we'll go here. And then light the furnace. So we have 4 extra firepower here as well, which is pretty good. And Full Moon Howl makes a lot of sense here as well. And from there, Red Star is going to do a crazy amount of damage. Yeah. I don't have any defense to take on the whole 7 damage that she's going to do here, but I think we'll survive, you know? So, just maybe a little bit. We almost like one-shot her on the first turn there, that was kind of nuts. And then we played a red card last, so Asteroid Belt is going to do also ridiculous amounts here. I should have played this first and we would have actually won. Whoops, taking another point of damage here. Oh well. Yeah, because Strength and Body's a red card too, so we would have still had the extra... Not that it matters when you're knocking her out, but meh. Oh well. Laser! Taking an extra single point. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that single point matters, but I'm pretty sure it's not here. Great, gain some extra life. Pretty good. What do we get here? I mean, only Spirit Bomb is, like, fine. It's a pretty powerful AoE. Don't really want it here, though, and Astrology Study is too expensive. Dark Market Study is decent. Like, gaining a decent bit of block and barrier is fine, but I don't think I need it here, so... We will not. Alright, what do you go for us? Nothing too great, I'll be honest. The Mighty Shaku is at least something. You gain extra power from enemies, so sure, it's fine, but I would have rather had something else, to be honest. We don't have enough money to go for the shop here, so I guess we are just leaving that until next. But that's okay. I don't know why I went this way, actually, because there's not an elite beyond the shop here, so there's no, like, incentive to go here. It's fine. Not that big of a deal. Alright. We are taking 14 only this turn. That's not too bad. I could just use that and just be resistant to it entirely. I have a Shade in hand, though, so I'm probably going to use that for my defense. So, with that said... Let's see what else we can draw into here. Asteroid Belt to get into burst mode seems pretty good. So, sure, let's do that. And burst it up. The only question is, who do I want to hit? I think I do want to hit this one. So we're into burst mode. This now does 32, so it will actually one-shot, which is pretty good, so we'll do that. I didn't want to go for the overdrive. I don't think I could have gone anyway, but I wouldn't have wanted to go overdrive here, because if I kill this one too, then she does like over 20 damage to me, so I wouldn't have wanted to do that regardless. And then yeah, just set up a little bit more charge for next turn. Probably could have done it in the other order because the last card I played was black here. So I wouldn't have access to Asteroid Belt if I didn't draw this, but that's fine. We did draw it, so we go here. Asteroid Belt will give us a decent bit of charge. It's still only doing 7, so I guess we're just taking her out then. And we have to spend charge. No, we've got concentration. That's kind of frustrating, but I guess we'll just take that out. Or not take it out, because I can't do math on the fly. It's fine. Didn't even need to play the Shade, to be honest, I just wanted to. Kind of annoyed at myself there, to be honest with you. Alright, burst mode. That's what we want. Hand warmer. Can't do the 2 attacks in 1 turn here. That's a bit depressing. Let's fix that, please. No. Okay. Can't even attack twice in the same turn. Depressing. Whatever, let's just do this. And we will gain our... we've already gained our life off of this, so... The one difference, although you do have to pay for this every time, the one nice thing about this card is it doesn't exile itself, so you can get concentration built over a couple of turns. So, like, that's decent. It's a bit of a shame, because, like, Hand Warmer, you exile it immediately, but it is kind of nice to not have to do that. And yeah, turn 4, whatever. It dies. It's fine. Another ally off, we'll take that. Just more cheap charge building whilst getting through the deck. Oh, Yumo? Yomu! Who's Yumo? Yomu is an interesting one to come across in Act 2. Let's go ahead and transform a card. I don't know what we're transforming though, because we don't have basic cards to transform or Misfortunes in this case. So I don't know what we're actually transforming here, but realistically it could just be an asteroid belt. I don't have that many attack. Oh, it's probably one of the lasers, right? Because these are strong, but I kind of want something else. Magic Converter is a great one, actually. This got buffed in, like, the big 1.3.10 update or something. It used to only gain 3 firepower and spirit initially, and then 4 when you upgraded it, but now it gains 4 and 5 respectively. And 5 firepower is a lot. Getting the spirit is really good too. The drawback, of course, is that you do mana freeze yourself, which is not great, because that means your first card every turn costs 1 more. But when we're getting, like, rainbow manas and stuff, it's not as bad as it sounds. And I think it's in a reasonable spot. Let's upgrade our last asteroid belt here, so now we have them all set to do 4 charge per thing. Hello again, Yomu. We only just saw you, that is pretty funny. Right. The other nice thing about this is that it is another red-black card, so it works very well with asteroid belt here. Okay. Speaking of, I think that is going to be the turn 1 hit here. So let's go... I'll go for the converter. It is a little expensive to have this around. One thing, if you can get the amulet, it's perfect for playing with this mana freeze here. We do gain barrier from it as well though, because of the amulet up here. So that's kind of nice. We do need to play this one first, because we played red card last. So do that. Gains ourselves the extra charge as well. And then, yeah, 25 block, a little bit excessive, but, you know, I don't want to take damage, so we will do what we have to. Okay, so as you can see now, our first card every turn does cost 1 more to play, which is a little annoying, but it is fine. Because, yeah, this is going to cost 4, but we get into burst mode, we do get the extra firepower off of it as well, which is pretty good. And now, oh boy, there's a lot of cards in this one. Let's go Asteroid. 32, and then this one gets us back into burst mode, so we get more mana. And we do have a Finger Concentration, so 50 damage twice. Seems pretty balanced, right? Yeah, firepower is incredibly good here. The Hinado. Oh, maybe we can take advantage of that in Act 3. Okay. Do we take the 4th ally off here? Yeah! It's consistency. What more do you need, right? Upgrade that, so we have 4 copies of this card now. Absolutely wild. It's a good card, don't get me wrong. It's amusing to have 4 of it here. So, where do we go with this is the question. Let's start with Borrow, so we can have Rainbow Mana access if we need to. And Hand Warmer is really good. Definitely have that. I think we can probably get away with using Mushroom Feast here, actually, just to have concentration accessible. All Out is really good. There's a couple of strong options off it here, actually. All Out spends all of the mana here, but we do get into burst immediately, and this could be very powerful at that point. I want to be able to do Magic Converter as well, but I don't have enough mana for that. So, bit of a shame. I think we can probably work without it, though. We definitely use this. Just instantly hit burst mode. Just makes too much sense not to do. It's just, what do we do after that? I feel like we probably just hit with Spark and stuff here. It's just a bit of a shame to lose out on the stuff, I guess. It's fine. Go Red Star. And 75 damage Spark. Let's go for it. Nearly half of our health on the first turn, and we do have a rainbow to offset our loss of a rainbow up here. Seems good. Red Star Explosion would have been perfect for this turn. That's the one, like, unfortunate part about it all. But it's okay. Maybe I could have saved the Spark as well, because we could have had Spark for this turn. Maybe that would have been the better play. I don't know. Point is, we're going to get back into burst mode again right now, so that's good. Use our rainbow. Strengthen body again here as well, because this might just end up killing. I think we've got to do flammable laser first for the vulnerable. And now this will do 41 damage 3 times. See you later, Yuko. No damage for you in this one. Flawless victory. Alright. Another rainbow. I mean, black mana is fine, but since we know the teapot's coming, we do not want to be taking more damage from vulnerable, as nice as it would be to do more with it. Yeah, that ain't happening. Treasure Box is funny, but we don't really want random exhibits here. And the Eviction Order, we already have one of those in the deck, but we don't have any benefits for that right now, so whatever. Philosopher's Stone, just more rainbow mana. Thank you, Patchouli. You've given us 2 rainbow in this run, so... Oh, see again, if we were in potions, we would have had a really good one here. Red Giant Impact is great though. We will take that without hesitation. Bat Incarnation is also decent, but not nearly as good. Remilia. I mean, it could have been okay against Remy. There's a couple of times where she does do grazable multi-hits. Most of her attacks, I think, are grazable actually, which is kind of interesting, outside of like her big spell card. But yeah, we don't need to worry about that. The main thing against Remilia actually is the fact that she does have the attacks that you need to graze as well. Which is, oh, not graze, like she does a lot of graze. So you've got to kind of punch through before we get there. It's annoying. Okay, so this is where we're starting to get into the point where too big to fail is actually being reasonable. I haven't taken as many cards in this run as I have in quite a lot of others though, so it's certainly not like all up there yet, but it's getting there. If we don't want to take any damage here, then I probably need to use one of our block cards first. I kind of don't want to do that though. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to alley off first. Red Star Explosion is really good. We don't have another card draw in hand, so let's just take that. Because this works. I mean, we also have Mushroom Feast to sort of offset the fact that we just took some damage. So that's pretty respectable. Just thinking how much mana we have. How much we gotta spend here. Let's go... Yeah, let's go for Mushroom Feast. So that we have mana for Red Star. Order of Operations probably states that we should do this one first. Just to get through the graze that she has. And then we can do Red Star Explosion. If I don't want to take any damage this turn, I think Master Spark is going to come out. It feels really bad to Spark in this situation now. She is going to give them 2 graze though. I'm going to Spark. She's going to give them 2 graze, which is just irritating. So now we don't take damage, and we only have one character's Greys to work, to deal with here, which is perfectly doable within this hand. Alright, first mode. Also take no damage, obviously, is pretty helpful too. Alioth into All Out seems reasonable. The problem is she has 2 Greys, and I don't know if I can punch through that here. But I suppose it's probably worth trying. So, All Out. Okay, so now we're doing 21 damage 3 times, but unfortunately she has 2 Greys, so we're only doing this once. If I use Strength and Body, that's only an extra 6 damage after the burst mode, so that's not going to get through. So let's just hit with that then. And we can borrow for next turn, and defend with the rest of it. It could have been a lot worse, and, well, taking little damage is probably the prerogative here, so we'll do that, because we've just got this anyway, so it's fine. And from here, blip. There's no reason to take the extra 6 damage if we don't have to. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I would normally take Full Moon Howl, that is great, but I don't think we really have the capacity for that right now. Because I haven't even got the other one upgraded yet. Nah, we're going to skip here. And yeah, it's Elite or Upgrade. We did take the Red Star Impact, so we don't need that upgraded. Like, it is good, but it's not unplayable without an upgrade. So I'm actually going to go for the Elite here. I want another exhibit. Okay, the one true counter to our strategy of, like, set up 1 million damage on turn 1 is an enemy that doesn't take a lot of damage on turn 1. You know, go figure, right? 20 block is a respectable start. I could probably go for that. I kind of want to go for Converter here as well, though. So this is going to be the time to play the energy drink. And then convert. So we have enough block here to not take damage. We'll go that. Draw with a concentration. A bit of a shame we don't have access to that here, but whatever. Last card then will just be the Asteroid Belt. Get ourselves some charge for next turn. Yeah, it's annoying when you draw into the regrets and you can't actually play them, but oh well, what are you gonna do, eh? Here we go Asteroid Belt again, get into burst mode. So now we can scry. I don't have enough defense here. I should probably be safe and take the Shade. It's just annoying because I really don't want to. We are going to be in a bit of a rougher spot next turn because of that, but 34 damage 2 times. That's impressive, but this one's a bit more impressive, so we're gonna do that one. To be fair, I could just do this as well. If I use the rainbow, that's not the worst idea in the world. I am going to be down quite a bit of mana next turn. I should have done it the other way around then, because I would have had vulnerable. I wasn't really thinking that was how I was going to do this. So, yeah, I kind of messed it up in terms of which way round was better. Although I think if I did that, I wouldn't have had enough charge for... I don't think I had 2 concentrations, so I wouldn't have had enough charge to do what I wanted there. Maybe. I don't know. I might just be... gaslight myself on that one. Whatever. Let's go here into this one. So we gain our concentration. So that with Full Moon Howl, we go here to do as much damage as we can. And we are taking some this turn. Kind of unavoidable, but it's fine. Got plenty of firepower to finish this fight off in the turn after. Yeah, I think if I did the vulnerable into the other bit, I would have been taking no damage in this thing. But it's okay, because we win with this. pretty much. Yeah, it's 11 damage 3 times, so it's all good. Took a little bit of damage I didn't have to, but I don't think that's going to impact things too much. At least not on this difficulty. Let's take Ready for Burst. Again, it might not be the best block card out there, but giving extra charge, we kind of just have so much like stuff to get into our burst mode here. Apologies for that. We are kind of dealing with a lot of airplane stuff in the map. We are next to the RAF base, so it's not much of a surprise. Okay, this is kind of weird, but because we've got so many rainbows that we can use for remove impurity, I'm actually going to take those this time. Because if I get those upgraded, I get to choose what to make pure. And yeah, we've lost a little bit of life to that, but later on in this area, it's like I can get them upgraded, I can make them hit the targets that I want, and that's going to allow me to pay a lot less mana for stuff as we move forward. So I think in order to make them hit what I want here, we probably need to at least play this one so that it doesn't accidentally hit that. See, the problem is I don't have a ton of extra mana to work with here. And I'm worried that I'm not going to get enough damage out if I just... no, I think we can do it. If I use... It's like, the one thing is if I use both of these with 2 of the rainbows and it doesn't hit this, I might be in a little bit of trouble, but I think it'll be okay. So let's remove impurity. Okay, gets rid of that one, that's good. Use the other one. Okay, nice. See, now this one's not going to cost anything for the rest of the fight, which is super good. Now we can go ally off, see if we can draw anything else that's good. And we can use the charge to gain a flame here as well, or I could just get materials for next turn. That also seems really good, so we will do that. We will go borrow into this one, because this is still a red-black card, even if it doesn't look like it there. And now this, we can do enough damage to break through a thing and gain charge for next turn. Up at 7, so we'll basically be able to immediately get what we need here. All Out is a really good opening card here to... It's expensive because we have made it so, but use our mana, get into burst. We still have 7 charge because it doesn't gain charge at this point, it just overrides that. So we still have enough for that. Nice damage, by the way. So that means we can do one of these. Yep, seems good. Get back into burst mode. Gain more charge off of this. Yep. Put vulnerable down. And go here. So we get that. And then we do not have concentration, so we will spend 2 of this to get our thing here. 104 damage, by the way. So that seems pretty good. We have this for next turn. And then the Shade, we can... we'll just gain our block from there. Because we used Full Moon Howling as well, we actually don't take damage this turn as well. So, very successful. Now what? Well, now I think we use the Flame. And we're on 6 charge, so we can get to burst mode immediately here as well, which is pretty good. Mushroom Feast makes sense to not pay charge for this one, so we'll enter burst. I think this is probably best, because then we go here. This one will give us vulnerable, so we'll do that. And this will finish the fight. 95 damage twice. Seems fair and balanced, right? Oh, the elixir. If we somehow die because of the stupid teapot BS in the final fight, we have this to work with, right? So that's kind of nice. From there, product of failure would have been really good. I might take this because it's hard because I want to take this. I don't know if we need it anymore though. We are kind of vulnerable to, like... Hope your neighbor don't... I just read the flavor text on that for the first time. Asteroid Belt number 4 is probably excessive, but if we had Speed Duel, then I think it would be worth taking, but we don't. So, yeah, we've had a lot of potion stuff this round, too. It would have been quite nice to have done stuff with that, but whatever. Okay, we're not trading all out. But Embrace the Darkness, you say? Okay, there's 2 really strong cards here. Obviously, Embrace, we know how good this card is from other runs. Fire of Enna is actually really good too, though, because Burst Mode gives us Rainbow Mana, and that is a powerful tool to have. But Embrace the Darkness, you say? That is really hard to pass up. Oh, that is just so strong. Truly do not know which one I want off of those. We're paying for one. It's just like, oh, both of these are great. I guess the only problem with Embrace is that we are fairly limited in terms of how many defense cards we have, so we definitely have to finish the fights very quickly at that point. But we have a lot of really good stuff that Embrace works on. It's too much to give up on, right? Fire of Enna is super good, but it is a bit of a heavy upfront cost. So is Embrace, mind you, but we've got to take it. It's too good not to. Just such a ridiculously valuable card. Alright, we don't have that much money left. But if I don't take a shop now, I'm probably going to lose out on shop stuff at the end if I don't do this. So we'll go for it. I think it's fine. Don't necessarily think we're playing Embrace this early, because everything still costs 1 mana to play until we get it upgraded. So it is still a little bit limiting, we shall say. This is probably the worst opening hand that we've started with, and it's still, like, decent. Just, not quite where I need it to be. I'm like realizing we don't have an attack in this opening hand. That's the disadvantage. Now we have an attack in this opening hand. So hand warmer, we have Red Star. If I enter burst mode, that's gonna be pretty powerful as well. Okay, so enter burst. We have Full Moon Howling. We could woo all over everything, and this will do enough to one-shot. How much are we taking here? 6 and 5? I'm willing to take that. Oh, it's less because of Full Moon Howling. I actually forgot that's how it worked. Full Moon Howling reduces the explosion damage too. That's kind of neat. So yeah, we only took 5 and just one-shot the fight. Speed Duel, finally. A little bit late to the party, but every time we go into burst mode, draw 3 cards, we just get into more of the deck as we go. Oh, this fight. Well, it's okay though. I think we have the tools to do well in this fight. Can we get into burst mode on turn 1? Maybe. It'll rely on Alioth doing some good stuff. So let's borrow first and see what we can get to. Oh, all out. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think that's just what we want too. Not really any reason to get anything else here, I don't think. So we'll just do that. All out. And we want to play this one first, so that we have enough charge for this. And now, one shot. Very nice. Behold the power of burst mode. The power of the Hakuro is fantastic. Another Light the Furnace. Well, more firepower is good, right? Serial Cleaver is probably the better card here, to be totally honest with you. Doing a reasonable amount of damage, drawing a couple of cards, and proccing another thing of charge is pretty good. Shoot the Moon is reasonable as well. It is an expensive overdrive until it's a less expensive one when you upgrade it. gaining graze is quite nice. Again, Remilia is relatively vulnerable to it. The fact that it does damage twice will chew through her graze a little bit more. What's my attack like setup looking like again? Not that many. I only actually have 5 attacks in this 30 card deck right now. So one of these two is probably for the best. I'll take Cleaver. Yeah, it's more expensive, but it's already upgraded too, so that is nice. Another Speed Duel. Well, more Speed Duel is more getting into the stuff. It is a bit expensive when you don't upgrade it, is the thing, but I think that's fine. Yeah, Speed Duel it is. We will upgrade the Embrace. Upgrade the Embrace before remove Impurity, because Embrace will make the Impurity cost 0 at this point. So, rather than 1. So definitely need that. Amulet is what we want. I wish it was this Amulet, because then it would be much better with Magic Converter. But this will allow me, if I time it correctly for an important fight, will allow me to use Magic Converter without actually spending without getting mana freeze. So yeah, I'll also just take some more mana because we could deal with it here. Hello, Clown Piece. What have you got for us? So this is where remove impurity is kind of awkward, because there's a lot of stuff in this hand that is not worth hitting. Like, specifically these two. And like too big to fail, so it's like it's less than 50% initially for it to be good. I'm gonna use this one to make it a little bit better in terms of the odds. See what it can hit. It did hit a good card. Okay, that's nice. We can go Alioth into Embrace. Whoa, but I don't have the mana for it immediately. No. I think it's better that we don't Embrace here. So go there and here into... I wish we could get Red Star later in this fight, to be honest with you. But we can't, so whatever. Let's just ship it, see what else we got. Another Alioth, that's good. This is the point where Light the Furnace comes in, because this... Oh, or is it? I mean, we're already going to Burst Mode from here. That's pretty good, actually. We'll do the third Alioth then. Remove Impurity again. I do need a draw. So, Serial Cleaver's the better one. That gets us into Burst Mode. We can go Asteroid Belt now, because now it does more. Oh, I probably could have gone Light the Furnace first. Might have been better. Could have been. Because I would have got more damage out of it. I want to draw before I use this, though. So, like, I'm losing out on damage, I understand that, but I really wanted to see what else I could get. I think that was worth it. It might not look it, but I think it was worth it. Okay. Do we need any other do we need any other cards immediately, is the thing. Probably. So Energy Drink it is then. And we want to go... I can't Speed Duel and All Out. Like, because this one's not upgraded. I need to do one then the other. I don't have enough mana to go All Out after as well. It's kind of frustrating. The fact that this one costs mana makes it like not playable for it here. The thing is, I don't have another attack in the hand, so it feels kind of bad to go Speed Duel, like, or not play Speed Duel. But I guess this is just what we're doing. Just gotta set up as much firepower, I guess, as we can. Is it worth playing this one then? Yeah, I think so. Just getting into burst mode so many times here and just not getting much out of it, but it's okay. Set ourselves up for the next turn, and that will have to do. We do have a lot of firepower here, though. We just need to enter burst mode again, which is maybe a little tricky. Maybe not, though. This hand looks kind of good for getting there. Yeah, okay. Let's go for it then. Asteroid Belt. Go in. Speed Duel can now get played for free. Alioth is going to have to hit something pretty big here. These aren't that amazing. Really wanted to get into burst mode again, which we are slightly short on because our attacks do not get there. So let's ship it, see if we get something better. Oh, not really. Full Moon Howling is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not gonna hit burst mode here. Unfortunate, as they say. So instead, let's do this. Put more vulnerable on. Do this one. And Spark. Because Spark will kill her because of vulnerable. And when she dies, everyone else does as well. Although we killed 2 of them anyway, but when she dies, everybody else does too. And we get a lot of power back off of that. So Helium Free is really good. Gaining a colorless bat every time we play an expensive card. We have a couple of really expensive abilities, so that is good to get. Rocket! Bright Starry Sky is fine. Rocket Boom is actually not terrible either. 2 grays to help defend against attacks and 3 charge. Reasonable. Is 2 red mana, mind you, but still reasonable. The reason Bright Starry Sky is good is partly because of Helium Free, but also because 5 charge is like most of the way that we would need to get. I'm gonna take that. Because it synergizes a bit better with our pool of stuff here. Dreamcatcher. What are we removing? Because we have to remove a card with that. This is the thing, if I don't really want to remove anything. I mean, I obviously would remove that, but we can't, so... Strength and Body is probably the weakest card that we have at this point, funnily enough. And even that's, like, not bad, but it's probably the one to remove. So we'll do that. Because we have this to do the same sort of effect. Mushroom Feast could also be removed here, actually. It's not that impressive of a card. The concentration just is nice, though, to be able to use our overdrive effects better. Yeah, I'll get rid of Strength and Body. Normally I wouldn't, because it does work so well with the other stuff, but we have a lot of firepower gain that is arguably better, so I think we're okay. Oh, this is interesting. Do we pay for this, or do we just go... I mean, if we pay for it, it's upgraded, so that's nice. If I pay for it, then we basically don't have that much money left for the final shop, but I'll take it. Why not? We'll gain Marisa cards, and... Multicolor could get another Alioth, but monocolor is probably better. Yeah, monocolor will be fine. Let's grab... Borrow materials. Sure. Rainbow Star Blast is actually nice too. We could actually work with it now, but more mana is more mana, so borrow materials it is. Maybe hoping for a red card there, but it's okay. It still works. Oh god. Okay, thankfully, this looks bad, but thankfully this deck is actually not the worst at playing into these. Yes, they mess up our setup a lot because of the whole you can't do stupid everything with your dang color, like burst mode, doing many times the damage. But the way our deck is built, we have plenty of multi-hits in this deck as well, so we can hit them with them instead, and it should be okay. Certainly not a favorable fight, not the fight that I want to see, but anyway, how many cards do we even have in this opening hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just enough for this to work. That's fine. The reason I did it in that order is because I wanted to have Speed Duel work after I had played the thing. Because I really wanted to make sure that I would play the red card second. So order of operations still very important when you're playing with Asteroid Belt here. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we play this, it's at 7. And now we go from there. Seems pretty good. From here, I think the tips bag is worth playing. So, do we need defense? We don't have a lot of defense in this hand, do we? So we might need that. How much is this giving? 23? I'm doing 24. But I have ready for burst as well. Let's add the shoots to the deck. That makes it so that there's more cards in the deck, so we actually get enough on this alone, which is pretty good. That said, I probably still want to do this so that I can remove impurity on something else. Fine. Not the best outcome, but certainly not the worst. And we'll use this just so we can do an extra couple of damage here. So the quicker we get this fight done, the better. Okay. From there, we have... Remove impurity is interesting, but probably not great here. Let's just do this first. Gets us into burst mode, draws another set of cards as well. That's pretty solid. From there... I could play most of the colored cards out. Go borrow. Yeah, if I play the rest of the colored cards out, I can guarantee this is the one that gets hit by Pure, which is fine. That seems like a reasonable option. So do that, do that. Bright Starry Sky gains another set of charge. Oh, right, yeah, that gets us into burst mode, so we don't have the guarantee. Okay. Didn't think that through well enough, but it's fine. Now, I mean, we still hit 2 good cards regardless here, so now removing Purity can work. Yep, that's fine. So either one of them is good to hit. What do we got? So 3 mana left at the moment, but we've got 3 generators, so that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Yeah, we got enough, so that works. Okay, we got the replenished card, that's why. Hard is too full, oh no. It's fine. Let's do this one then. For that. We spent 3 mana, so we actually get the colorless back as well. It's not the first time we've done that in this fight, but it's okay. Down here, extra bit of damage. Hand is too full, oh no. I don't know if we need to play all out here, but definitely need to play that. We are on just 1 charge. Okay, maybe we could play all out, but it would take every single one of these that I've got. I'm not sure I'm willing to do that. Do definitely hit there. Huh. How much did she do? 4 times 2 and 11, so she's doing 19. We can block that with just a Shade, that's pretty good. That should probably come at the end of the turn, though. See what else we can draw with this. Oh, just a whole bunch of Alios, that's fine. Yeah, play 1 more of these. In here. And that's into another one. Embrace the Darkness is coming up soon as well, that's pretty solid. Do that, play the other rainbow, so now we can get into burst mode with this. Seems good. Now we could play Embrace. It's probably not worth it though. Red Star Impact makes sense, because we get the flame, we can use the flame. Do we have to? We haven't played defense yet, so the answer is probably yes. I'm gonna do it anyway, I don't know if it's actually good. What's the last card in the deck? The other Shade. Okay. Let's see then. Because we probably do just want to play the shoot. I don't have another attack is the thing. If I had another attack and just take her out here, probably would have been good, but we don't. I mean, I don't need the Shade, so I guess we could just draw a random card. That is an attack, that works. And it gets us into burst mode again, fantastic. Problem is, I don't want to use it on her because it's like multi-hit. But, whatever. We are getting there. This is looking like another one of those ridiculous combo turns at the moment. It's just doing a million things with it. Okay, this is the Embrace turn then, because we get an extra mana off of that, and we can get into burst mode again to get more off of this. So, Bright Starry Sky, burst mode time. Now we could take her out with... Well, we'll do the Scry first. Can I get into burst mode again here? I can if I have enough mana, which I can have with borrow materials. Okay, so then... that way. So this doesn't cost anything anymore, so we get the concentration. Concentration consumed with this. Let's take her out. Damn, is really useless. Oh no. Do that. Borrow materials. So we go here. Now we have enough mana for all outs, which is probably something worth doing. Play the Shade first, I think, because we can just use these. Now they're 0 mana because they are skill cards, right? Not anything else. They are skills, right? Oh no, they're status, but like status is also Embrace kind of works with that. So, yeah, all non-attack, non-ability cards, non-teammate as well, by the way. But that's fine. We don't have to worry about that. So from here, all out. Draw another set of cards. That was red, so we can go here. We could firepower down again. This is pretty funny. We don't have a concentration point, so I do need to use this one on the shoot. That gets us to burst again. So we have another set here. Use our rainbow. I think we can... we're getting there. I think we can actually just get the kill this turn. It's just figuring out exactly how we do it here. So play the red card to go here. So another 3 hits. And then we go borrow. I think we're actually out of getting into burst mode is the reason why we're probably not getting it here. Which is a shame because it was looking really good. But I think, yeah, we're officially out of burst mode options at this point. So let's just play this. This would have been an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage to get in any other situation. No point playing Converter. Might as well just play Speed Duel here. Absolutely no point playing Converter because I don't want to burn myself in terms of the mana generation, and like firepower doesn't mean anything here. So yeah. But from here we win with these two. Okay, yeah. This is what I love about this game. You can do so many really dumb combo turns when you set up the deck like this. Of course, Remilia is going to kind of mess stuff up a little bit there, but speaking of, Impatience is at least interesting. I don't think we want it, though. Satellite Illusion, especially upgraded, is quite nice. Craft Potion's funny, because we've had a lot of potion cards in this one, but that's not the type of deck we're playing, so... But no, Satellite Illusion's good because we can use that to get more, like, deeper into the deck, so... Anyway, start upgrading these, because then we get to choose what we upgrade with them, so I don't have to play awkward mana turns out first, just trying to use the other non-colored cards so I get the exact one that I want. We can just choose the exact one that I want now. Okay, now we have to deal with Marisa, the copy Marisa, very quickly here, because she is going to steal our firepower for herself. So we have to deal with that as soon as possible here. This is a good turn to use Too Big to Fail though, because we now, and that's another thing I've got. I should upgrade that at the end of the stage here. Yeah, because now we can get barrier off of that if I upgrade it. So we have 2 colored cards. It'd be a real shame if it hits the wrong one. I'm just gonna hand warm it here. Okay. Is this the turn we just go for the... I think it is. Let's see what we can do with this. We could Embrace. That actually makes things very interesting. Okay, let's go for the crazy turn again then. Embrace the darkness. Alright, let's do this. Gain our concentration. Oh. Now the I guess the interesting bit here now is that even though this is random, it doesn't overly matter which one it chooses. I'm a little bit skeptical about using this right now. But I guess we'll see how the rest of the turn treats us here. I do not have the mana to play either of these. So, although I do have another Alioth in hand, which means I can, if I get ready for burst, I can get into burst mode here and then play this. Okay, so we'll use the other one. Borrow materials is really good too, but that could be next turn's thing. Yeah, do that, do that. This gets us to burst mode. So now we can play out our super cards here. Yeah, sure, we'll play it. Go in, get this. I should have done it the other way around because of vulnerable. Keep forgetting about that. I don't know why. Oh well. Would have been a lot of damage too. We're missing out on quite a bit there, but it's fine. So our first card, even with Embrace the Darkness, the first card will cost extra just because of the mana freeze. But that's totally acceptable. Let's go this one. Don't need that for sure. If I get Remove Impurity here, this will cost like 2 mana, so that's good. The only problem is I don't have anything else to do this turn if I get that. So I think as weird as it looks, I'm actually going to just go past it. Yeah, because I needed something else to do here. And now we have that. So block and draw. Okay. Seems decent. All out here. That seems really decent. Use our concentration. Just go Kablamo. Takes out Marisa, so that's fine. And we have enough damage with our attacks to just wipe out, with a very nice finish here, wipe out good old Shiki as well. Alrighty. Mask of Hope, sure. We are playing a fair few attacks on a decent number of turns. Ooh, Ageless Dream is really good, but it's got to be Hand Warmer, because it's card draw. And we have some concentration effects to use. Let's go... Barrier. Yeah, too big to fail. Let's go with that. There's a couple other cards I want to upgrade here, but I think that's the most important one. Alrighty. Whoa, what do we do within this? Okay, we've got to keep in mind the card limit as well. That is something that I always forget about when playing against Remy. We do have to keep that in mind. I think this might be the time where we play the Amulet Converter. I really want to save that for Sager though, but we have it in the hand here. Is that gonna matter? Like, we go 1, 2, 3. Playing it in that order so we get more barrier, basically. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I could also just play the Remove Impurity and see what it hits. There's a lot of cards in his hand I don't want it to hit though. We'll do it. Okay, yeah. That's fine, because I could probably use that this turn anyway. So that's 1. So then we'll go 2, 3, 4. Borrow is 5. Shade is 6. And Alioth is the last one that we'll play here. Do I want ready for... I want ready for burst next turn. Probably don't need that next turn. But I'll take it anyway. Right, so the whole long-winded point of this is that now I do not have mana freeze, even though I gained the firepower and the spirit here, which is super beneficial. This seems like the Embrace turn. Yeah, let's do it. So, Embrace. So that's 1, 2, 3. Serial Cleaver can be 4. Gets rid of the rest of the greys and draws some cards. Remove Impurity is 5 to do that. Hand Warmer is 6. And then the last card is Red Star. Because we don't have defense anyway, so yeah. Red Star Explosion for our last one. Get a good amount of damage off here. And we'll be using a decent bit of a barrier to block Spirit on here. That's fine now. Now we're at 7 charge, so we can enter Burst very easily here. So go Speed Duel to get some extra stuff. Alioth for probably that. Card number 3 is Full Moon for the Vulnerable. 4 is Asteroid Belt. We want to try and get her to... Yeah, we can get her to low enough health here where she doesn't do... She changes what she's going to do. Because now she's in Scarlet Devil, so that's fine. Right, 2 cards left that we can play. Card number 6 is All Out to do extra damage. Master Spark is going to come in now because this is the most damage we're going to get out of it. 135 in 1 spot. That's pretty good. And then the final card is Light the Furnace. So we have more firepower for the following turn. Although it doesn't matter for this exact turn, because we can only do 1 damage of every hit anyway. But it's okay, because we're just going to set up now for the turn after. And yeah, we can do that easily enough. She's doing 24. That's fine. We can block most of that. It's 1. Play the Shadow is 2. Hand Warmer is 3. Other Shadow is 4. I guess this could be 5 with the other Speed Duel. 6 with the Laser. Because that puts a vulnerable, but it's only for 1 turn anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. But it gets 1 more charge so that we can hit it with Alioth next turn. And honestly, I don't think I need to play a 7th here. I want to play another Borrow Materials, but doing that means I keep too many cards in the hand. So we're just going to leave it there, actually. Don't want to trigger Burst Mode when I don't need to. And we're gonna want to work with it here. So yeah. Sparking a second time is possible, but kind of unnecessary here. She only has 2 greys anyway. So Asteroid Belt as card number 1. Gets through the greys, gets us into burst mode first time. We can go... we do not have concentration. So card 2 is this one, which lets us do this to win the game. 81 damage 2 times. Take her out. Nice. Alrighty. What do we get as our mana? The full rainbow run, huh? Rainbow on every single one of the things. I don't think I've ever had 4 rainbows on my thing up here. That's pretty amazing. Again with this. Man, if we had Potion Run, this would have been great. We get another Red Giant Impact though, which is pretty good. So, ain't gonna complain about that. Okay. Another Convert. Oh, why would you give me this when I don't have the money to use on it? Oh, that's disappointing. We definitely want First Aid Kit because we are facing Teapot initially, so we need the status protection. Because I did use the amulet, so... there is that. Since we have Embraced the Darkness, it's not a terrible idea to take Emergency Defense here as another block option. And then we have just enough to upgrade once as well. Kind of wish we could have had, like, we could have had Sanai's card here for removing debuffs, but that is a rare, so I guess I can't complain too much. And then last one is an upgrade. What the heck do I even upgrade at this point? Because, like, all of these cards are pretty good targets. I think probably the best one would be remove impurity, so I can choose what I'm getting through. Yeah, it's fine. We have a second upgrade here anyway, so we can use that one on... Mushroom Feast is seeming pretty good. I think Full Moon Howl is probably the best option now, because putting 2 vulnerable down means that I can just do a ridiculous amount of damage the turn after. Also, if she puts weakness on me, then I can put vulnerable on her and it should work out, so we still do a decent bit of damage. That teapot is going to be really annoying. That's the one bit that is getting to me here. Okay. So, we will start off with this one to gain as much barrier as we can. And then Alioth? Kind of want to... We don't have a lot of... Well, we don't have any offense in this opening hand, so I kind of... don't overly love that. I want to take this, but I think it's probably got to be Borrow is what we take, unfortunately. So we'll do that, get into burst mode, and we'll just set up with the rest of this, unfortunately. Wish it didn't have to be that way. I guess I could Spark for 75, but by the time we get going, I don't think it's going to matter that much. She did put Frail on us, so our blocks are less effective now? I don't see that being a gigantic issue here. Okay, so let's work around that then. She's gonna do like no damage to us this opening turn anyway, so I think we'll be fine. Hand Warmer for more card draw. See, this is where remove impurity is actually really good, because I get to just choose to remove the double cost off of one of these two. I think it's going to be the Asteroid Belt is the best one to remove it from. And now, Converter into the Asteroid Belt. This will get us to burst mode. No, it won't, because it's one short. Whoops, that's fine. This will get us into burst mode. Did I speed duel in this one? I did, so we do have extra draws as well. So I think we take all of these then. Seems good. Yeah, we got Rainbow Mana to use, so concentration into another belt. Gets us to 5. Probably do just use Satellite Illusion here, and that's all of the damage we can do this turn. So tempted just to keep everything we have otherwise then. But I really want to see if I can get into Embrace, and I can. Yeah, let's go into Embrace here. It is absolutely worth spending both of these to do Embrace the Darkness, because that's going to be very good for the future turns. So we get some block. I think that's all we need to do here. We can't do any more damage. I would love to use this, but we can use that potentially later. Let's not go overboard here. We still have all of our all of what's left of our barrier, so that's good. And now we have some very fun stuff we can do involving these. Get some more mana going as well. 6 charge too, so that's really good. We can get to burst mode before we start here. The vulnerable is a little bit annoying, to be honest, because she is doing a lot of damage here, but I think we'll be able to work around that. Another speed duel, you say? Sure. We do have the other remove impurity too, which we can use to remove this one. Because this is going to be someone we can use for the rest of the fight here. And that is very powerful, actually. Those 3 attacks alone are basically going to get us all the damage we need this turn. So, blip. 77 damage twice, seems pretty good, right? And blip. And blip. All the damage. All the damage all the time. Seems good. And then, what else do we even need? We can't do any more damage, so we don't need that. We have 2 charge, so I guess I could use an ally off to try and get into more of that. We do want to play the Shade, that's for sure, because I need to defend a bit more here. Yeah, she's doing 72. I do need to kind of deal with that a little bit. I don't have any way of inflicting Beacon, which is a bit annoying. So we can't do it that way, but I can use the first aid kit. Yeah, that's good. We'll do that. Remove all the debuffs. That actually removes the mana freeze as well, because that is a debuff, so that helps a lot. We're still taking a tiny bit of damage here, but there's nothing I can do about that. It's taking exactly 1 damage. Very annoying, to be honest, but whatever. Such is the way. Taking 2 because I used an extra card, but man, so close to getting the perfect shot there. But it's fine, because she is, like, uber dead this time round. There is very, very little that she could do. So get that into Light the Furnace so we can go into burst mode again. And just look at this, we've got a bazillion good attacks that we could use for it here. So, yeah. All Out is a very powerful effect with firepower gaining as well. Just absolutely no hope for her. Slightly annoying that we still took damage off of that, but you know, such is the way. It's just irritating because we missed out on Perfect Elegance by 2 points, right? So I'm just a little sad at that, but it's okay. This was the fastest run we've done so far in terms of the YouTube stuff, which is good when I'm trying to explain everything as I go as well. Yeah, this was a really good one. Shows the draft mode off a bit as well. Like, it's basically the same sort of thing as you would get in Hearthstone, right? Of being able to choose from 3 different cards for like each card in the deck, and it can lead to some pretty interesting stuff. This was also quite a lean deck compared to a lot of what I usually have as well. Like 38 is not the small deck by any means, but you know, like most of the time I seem to be sitting around that at this point. But you know, like 38 to 40 cards tends to be the sort of average bit here. Some decks go a lot smaller, but most of the time, like this was a really small one. But most of the time, this one was small because of this card. You are reading this right, it did do 168 damage just by itself, but it's because I upgraded it so many times here. I had to spend all the upgrades that like every other card would take, basically. So not exactly a normal run. But that is the start of like the Jade Box stuff. And there are a couple of other parts to the Jade Box that I do really like. So maybe next time I could do the complete opposite one and go with the 50 card starting deck, and we'll probably not take a single card ever as we go, unless there's like a severe deficiency of something. But yeah, we'll probably do a couple of other ones out of this in future runs, because there's some good content within this, I think. I do really like some of the options here. Yeah, but there's either that, there's then the quest I could maybe do, but I don't overly like these, because they're, like, some of them are okay, but most of these are just, like, making the game harder for the sake of it, and I think the difficulty is pretty balanced to begin with, so, And then speaking on the difficulty, of course, there are the higher modes to maybe look at as well, but I could at least potentially show at some point what hard mode is like. It's not much different in some of the numbers, but some of the bosses get a lot more ridiculous because their passive numbers go up as well. So yeah, that's just on hard. Lunatic is kind of insane. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting enough. Just being able to choose your starting deck is great, although you do have the permanent Misfortune in the deck as a result. You might get some benefit out of that, though, if you can find Hina's card, which we didn't this time, but, you know, it's always possible. But yeah, fun run! Till next time, though, thank you for watching, and take care.